So welcome back everyone. On this section, we'll be creating the topics that we'll be adding to our forum. And so like I've said, if you go to naira.com, then you check this URL, you're going to see all these topics, each sections where you can like create a certain post based on this particular topic. Now, so we'll be inserting all the topics to our MySQL database. So to be able to create a topic, I've already set up a controller, and then there's a method in the controller that receives the topic. And then if you watch the previous section where I showed you how to like send information from the front end to the back end, and then we sent a response of what we received from the front end using this DD command. So to insert data into the database, we already received this topic from the input that is sent with this request method. So what we just need to do is to say we need to like look for the model. That is, the model is what we use to like reference our database table, like I've said in the previous section. So we import the model, which is use, and then the name of the model is app slash, and then models, and then slash topic. So we use the topic model. And then what next do we need to do? So we call the topic in an eloquent command. So to insert data into the database, you say topic, and then the eloquent query is create rather, not insert. To create, then you open a bracket and then you pass an array into this create section, and then the data that you want to insert into. If you notice in our database table where we have our database, which is this forum DB, if you notice we have this topics table that we've created before, and then we have this topic name. So this is the column name that we are inserting in data. So this is the only thing that we are going to call. And so we'll say topic name, we'll pass it as a key. And then the variable that we want to like point to, which is topic name. And that is it. So we create a new topic, and then we can just echo, or we DD a response and say DD. So let's say response is equals to topic created successfully, unsuccessful creation of topic. So we can also check create topic. So we just say if create topic, that is if the SQL query runs using the eloquent method, then run this and do this DD dollar response. However, if it fails, that is maybe for some reasons, maybe due to network issues, we're unable to like um we're unable to like insert data into the database. So we say dollar response again and initialize an error and say unable to create topic. And then we are going to send the response back and say DD dollar response. And that's it. So when we are done, now let's go back to our front end and see. Let's reload. Everything is working fine. Now let me say I want to insert celebrities, for example. Create topics now. What do you get? So it says topic created successfully. Now let's check our database. So topic celebrities has been added. Now we can enhance this thing by making it in like alphabetical order, blah 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 like that. But then we can just also insert it randomly. Now let me insert another topic. Let me say education. I say create topic. Topic created successfully. Now let's see. So education has been inserted. Now there's an issue here. Now what is the issue? If you are like trying to like create insertion into your database, Laravel already like helps you check for SQL injection and all those stuff. But then there are some other database issues that you might face when creating like Sorry, there are some other SQL security vulnerabilities that you might face when working on a website, like on a full stack project. There is a security vulnerability named cross-site scripting. So, for example, a user is like entering data that are like maybe a script into your database. If you allow that kind of script to be inserted into your database, it can run on the front end and then start like using JavaScript to like manipulate your website via this insertion page. For example, a user can come inside here and start writing JavaScript code, and then when it's passed into your database without like sanitizing them, it causes an issue. So let's just quickly use ChatGPT for validation, because I won't be writing any validation that will be like taking time and then start causing any issues or any kind of errors that's going to cause delay. So we just write this our script, and then we just copy this our script to the AI and then tell it that, and just prompt it that this is what we want it to do. So I am trying to insert some data into my database. I want you to sanitize it for SSS attack. Then you just have this. So it is going to use one of the inbuilt sanitization method from Laravel. And then let's see, what does it say? It says, okay, it's saying use PHP strip tag to remove any HTML element, which is so the strip tag is used to like remove SXL is used to remove a script from a data that is inserted into the database. For example, if you are like inserting something like say for example scripts, and then whenever you use script tag, which is a function in PHP, it's going to remove it. But then I was thinking maybe there's like a Laravel function that is going to make use of. So it's also used another library which says purifier, which you can use to like clean any input. So that's just it. Let's just use the default script tag. So let's just copy this alone, because we already wrote the logic and then it did not do anything much. So let's go back and just like replace this part with it. So this way now, whenever a user like tries to enter a cross-site scripting stuff inside our database, it's not going to work, because if a user comes here now and start writing maybe scripts, and then maybe let's say alert, it is going to look different in the database. So if it does, it creates this kind of stuff. Then let's see what happens when we insert it into the database. It's going to remove the script, the tags that it's used to write. You can see it only returns this alert stuff, because if you scroll up, let's see, so you can see it removed the script because we have sanitized it. Assuming we did not sanitize it, it's going to cause an issue. And then if we try to like pass that stuff on a normal like response to like start showing it on our web page, it is start going to start running scripts. So this is why we like sanitize our inputs. We don't just like insert data into our database. Now we are good to go. So what next do we need to do? Since we've been able to add topics, let's just like delete this one, because we won't be using this. Or let's just add the functionality to delete a topic. We can add the functionality to delete a topic beside the create topic button. Now let's go back to the view of the topics.blade.php here. So we add the button again. Say button type is equals to submit. So delete delete topic. But this time around, we are going to pass it into another form, because we can't be using two forms to like delete. We can also use two forms to delete anyway, but it's not the, maybe let me just say it's not the best practice, because we can just give it a variable and just request that when it is a um for example, when it is like delete, request this delete and then delete this stuff and then stuff like that. So we are going to pass the button there, delete topic, and then we are going to pass the topic name that we want to delete. So for example, let's say we want to like add this input, this topic name. So we'll add the topic name that you want to delete. You can fill it manually by yourself. And then we are going to check if that topic name is available. So the next thing is to create the routes that we are going to submit to, and then the type of form submission method that we want to use. So say route delete, and then the method is post. So let's go back to our route. So web.php, then let's add delete topic to the route. So just look for where the post route is, which is this, and then just copy this. So we need to do one more thing. In our general controller, we are going to add delete topic. So general controller. Now let's create another method and say public. So public function delete topic. And then the next thing is to like await the topic that we want to delete. Can name it this way. So use the request method to request what you are trying to delete, and then topic name, for example, this, and then we just delete. We'll say topics, at least topic rather, and then topic and delete, I think. And then we'll pass another method to it and say here topic underscore name, comma, dollar, topic to delete. So it says this method is not available. So what does it say? Delete the model from the database. Okay, so it doesn't delete the table. So let's just pass it to the AI platform to help us to like fix this issue. So it is called after where. So it should be topic where. So that is my error. So it should be topic where. Then we'll now pass the delete function. So you can see it always goes like be careful, and then when you make mistakes, you are just like trying to confirm it. So we'll be able to delete a topic when we do this. Now let's go back to our routes.php again. Let's ensure that the name we are passing for the delete topic is correct for the route. So you can see, because we duplicated create topic, you can see the issue. So delete topic. Now we should be able to delete the topic. Now let's go back to the blade again and confirm. So delete topic, and then we're able to pass the topic name. But then I think we shouldn't be doing it this way, because if we go to topics and reload again, you can see we shouldn't be doing it this way. We should be able to see all the topics that are in the database that we've inserted. So what do we do? So to be able to see all the topics that are in the database that we have inserted, so we create another controller again in the general controller. So we name it public function. Public function. What name do we give it? Find topics. So pass request again. Dollar request. Public function find topics request dollar request. Now what we need to do is that we'll receive a topic. We need to find the topic in the current table, which is the topics table. So we say find topic is equals to using the topic model. Say topic where, or just say topic get, because we are not using any where clause. That is, we are not passing any like um data to check if this is the certain topic that we are trying to get. We just want to like find all the topics in the database table. So what is the issue? On closed on line 9. I think we have like removed the class curly braces. So now topic get. So this is going to get all the topics. Now what we now need to do is to like use our controller to be able to like get we need to use our route to like fetch this method. And then we have to say, whenever we call this method, we'll say return um view, return view should be return. What is the name of this our view? It is in what folder? In the blade view. Sorry, resources. Let me close this. Resources, views, and then what is the name of the views? That is the topics.blade. Where is it? So topics.blade. So return views dot topic, and then we'll pass a data to it. So say width. Then we'll now give the this information that we're trying to get from our database. We'll give it an alias and say all topics, then comma dollar find topic, and then pass is colon. So what does this say? See expected type object found string. So what is the issue? Let's resolve this issue with ChatGPT. So it's going to help us resolve it. It says, okay, should be return view. Okay, very good. So let's just copy this and then so this is it. Return view views the topic. Because we're already using view folder already, I think we can just remove this view and just say return topic. Now, whenever we're now making a request to this URL, we are going to change the let me show you what I'm trying to say. Let's go to the web.php and let's search for topics because this is kind of crowded. Now, topics is going to this route, and then the view is making use of is this topics view, and then route gets topics, but then it's not making use of any controller. If you notice, you just see that it passes a function that returns a view, but now we'll be making use of a controller to like work with this route instead of using this function that is inside of this topics stuff. So what do we need to do? We just need to like rewrite this and say we can just remove this function, and then the next thing that we need to pass is an array, and then we'll say general controller, then class, then comma, then what is the method that we call? Sorry, what is the method that we call here? Find topics is the method. So this is what we are going to call find topics, and then go back to the web.php. So find topics. So this is it. Find topics. Route get topics, find topics, and then name topics. So whenever we are now like trying to access this route topics, it is going to hit this method in the controller find topics, and then it is in the find topics, it is going to go to the database, fetch all the topics that we've inserted, and return them with an alias of all topics. Now let's see what happens. Now let's reload our topics page and see what happens. Okay, so it says view topic not found. Do you mean topics? Now it should be topics then. So topics, and now let's save again and let's reload. So very good. You can see it's now showing topic. Now let's go back to our topic view, which is topics.play.php. So instead of doing this and passing the name of the topic again, we can just fetch all the topics that are in the database table. That is all the topics that have been inserted, like that we have inserted into this database table, celebrities, education, those ones, is what we are going to fetch here. And then we've passed an alias to them in find topics method, which our route is eating this method and is getting everything. So we'll just say we'll copy these all topics and copy it and then come to topics.play.php and say at for each, then we'll pass this as topics, that alias that we are using, or just topic, and then we can now write an HTML statement. We just say let's say echo, let's just say maybe like a list, or what can we echo? Or let's just say I'm thinking, okay, let me just echo an input back and say echo input, um input. We don't need to even pass echo here. And say input type equals hidden, and then the name will pass this our stuff into it. So this should be true. So the name is dollar topic, and then I think dollar topics. What is the name of this column? Topic name. So pass this into this way, and then close the input. So the next thing that we need to do is to just add the name of the topic in front of this, and so we can add the span tag and just say dollar. So don't forget, when we are like referencing variables in Laravel, we make use of this double curly braces. That is by doing this and then this. So this way, then we'll say dollar topic and then topic name. So this way, and then we are going to end the for each. That is, so the for each that we are doing is that we are trying to like loop through the information that is coming from our controller. That is this information that we have here in this find topics. So we'll try to loop through it and then return that information on our front end. So let's see what happens. So let's see stuff. So you can see topic name, celebrities, education. Now we need to double the button. So I think we need to pass a button here. So we'll just pass a button in front. But then I think we can just change this to something like a get stuff. So instead of like, and then let's just see what happens. Let's see. So you can see there are two buttons to like delete a topic. But then in a form, we can only have one button. So if we try to submit this form with, for example, with any of these buttons, let's see what happens, because we are trying to go to the delete topic route, and then we've created the delete topic route. You can see it is pointing to the delete topic method in general controller. So let's see what happens. Let's see if this is going to delete. I'm not sure if this is possible. So let me see. I try to delete education. Now let me go back again to the topics.play.php to be sure of the stuff that I pass. I think we need to pass value also. Say value equals to, so it is value that we need to pass for here. So this part should be value, and this part should be the generic name. Now let's go back to the general controller where we try to delete a topic. Where is it? So topic name should be the generic name, topic name. So this is what we are expecting. So topic name, only the value should be different. Let me go back again and confirm, because when writing code, you have to be very careful. Then you have to ensure what you are doing, you are cross-checking perfectly. So now let's see. Now let me try to delete. Or let me just inspect. You can inspect to see what is in your HTML form. So value is celebrities. And then I notice if you like make use of two, like I've said before, if you are making use of two buttons, you might not be able to like um work with a form to like delete, because I think a form is meant to use one button. Let's see. Let's try and delete celebrities. What happens? Okay, so it says page expired. Now, why is this page expired? So this is another like Laravel security measure. So if a page expired, there's a kind of token that we pass to a form, and then if the token is not passed, then it is going to like say page expired. And I think this is has to do with the CSRF issue in Laravel. So let's just quickly copy this form and tell ChatGPT that we are facing a page expired issue. So help me with it. So sub, I don't mind. Let me just, it should be double T, I guess. Submit a CSRF token. So this is how Laravel protects you from all these bots that come to your website to try to just like start passing some unuseful data. So fix, so it says beta version. So you can see, it has even helped us to fix that form that is using double button. You can see this is the like the usefulness of all this AI. So you don't like, it's not as if AI is what you rely on, definitely, but it's just like it quickly makes your work to be very much easier rather than just like trying to start overthink with your. So let me go back again and reload this. Now each individual form now comes with a button. You can see now, let's try to delete a topic now. So delete topic, it has successfully deleted. We are meant to like have a response in the general controller that says that gives a response. We are meant to have something like this. So you can just like say if something something something. Let's just copy this part again, and then let's give it delete topic. Let's assign delete topic to this and say if, so we refactor this. So to refactor this, just highlight on it and press Ctrl D. So I hope, okay, it's going now, it's going into the other function. So I just, okay, it's only one of it. So it is response that is like causing the issue. So let me try to like rename this to delete topic, and then this response. So let's, we can declare this response here, but then you can just say response outside of the if statement is equals to something is nothing. And then the next thing that we do is to say dollar response. As if deletion was successful, we say topic deleted successfully. Otherwise, you are going to say unable to delete topic. So this way, we'll know now. Let's go back to our topics route. So we should be able to see just one topic if this is working fine. So you can see we've been able to like run a CRUD operation for creating and deleting. So we can just delete this topic also. So you can see we can now get in the response, and then we'll just go back. Now, why are we going back manually? All of this is very simple. Now, let me just add the functionality to redirect to the view of topics. So when we try to like delete a topic, and then we just redirect back to the topic. So what do we say? So we say whenever we delete and then deletion is successful, so we say redirect to slash let me go back to the web.php. What is the name of this route again? Topics. So just copy this. Redirect to slash topics. So remove this. So let's copy this again. So whenever we like think, whenever we create a successful topic. So this, I think, okay, this is before the DD, and then this should be after the DD. Let me go back. So this should like be after the DD. So this way. Now let me see. Let me just quickly pass this code because I think what I'm doing is not like correct here. Let me pass this to the AI to confirm. Okay, it says return redirect. So this is what is going meant to happen. So you say we should remove that and dump. So this is the issue. So we have to say return redirect topics, and then let's just copy this for this one also, and then we remove that and dump that way. So this one will be created successfully this way. So all good, all set and done. So we just know that whenever we are unable to create a topic, we will do the response. However, if we are able to create a topic, it is going to redirect us back to the topic page and then show this response. So this is it. So we can listen for the sources in the topics .blade.php, and then we'll just pass it into maybe one of this HTML after the for each loop and just say and just like have it. So this way we know what we are doing. So now let's reload our topics page. Okay, so undefined variable sources. I think this should be as if the sources is available. Then maybe this should run and then we'll just say at and if. So if we still say undefined, then we can just say at if dollar success is not maybe it's not equals to empty or something like this. So what happens? So it still says undefined variable. So let's just remove it and now let's reload. So now let's try to create a new topic. We've deleted both topics from our database table. So now let's try to create a new topic. Now let's go to the forum and add some of the topics that are here. So we say politics, we create politics topic, crime, or is it politics and crime together? Okay, so crime, create the topic, then we'll create romance. So we'll create this topic also. Then job/vacancies. So we'll create these topics. Then we'll create career. So career, we'll create career as a topic. And then just like that, we keep on adding topics. So business, like that, like that. So we've been able to like create a topic successfully, and now we are done with the topics model. So we have what to like include on our home page whenever we are trying to like access our home page. And then on the next section, I'll be designing this home page to like include all the topics that we have on our topics table in our database. Now we'll be creating the next logic, which is to like identify each topic with a certain post. So that will be all. So thank you very much. I'll see you on the next section.